If you're still shuffling and trying to figure out what works for you, trying to find balance and settle with what your life should look like in your 20s, all I can say is that you are doing well. Yes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lighter Haley. For just joining this channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe. Take a second to click on the subscription button. So guys, from the title of this video, you already know what this video is going to be about, and I promise to make it very simple. I promise to hit the key points straight so you can easily digest everything I'm going to be talking about in this video. So let's get into it. So guys, first off, I'm in my 20s, so I can very much relate to everything I'm going to be saying here, because I'm going to be talking from my own side of experience, and I'm going to be equally telling you guys what it should be. So guys, in your 20s, you get a lot of crazy things. They tell you so many things. They tell you, oh, you're young, you can do whatever it is you want to do, and stuff like that. But I don't think there's any stage in your life where you can't have fun. That's just the truth about it. That phrase is just a phrase, peer pressure puts in your head to maybe make you do things that you necessarily don't. So that is the truth. Yes, that is the truth. Because in your 40s, you can still have fun. There's no particular age in life where you can't have fun. The thing there is that don't do crazy things that you're going to end up regretting, all because you're trying to have fun. So in your 20s, you feel like you have a lot of time. In your 20s, you feel like, oh, you're still very young. There's a lot of time to make more decisions, and you feel like you can make careless mistakes. Now, I'm here to tell you that that conception is wrong. Very, very wrong. Because whatever paths you're going to be going in life, I think the best times to make those decisions is from your 20s, because after university days, like in your head, you're already settled to figure out what next you should be doing, especially when you're done with NYSC. Now, I know that when I was in school, I said the same thing. So I was like, I'm still young, Jerry, let me have fun, let me just do this stuff. And I'm looking back, 4 years later, and I'm like, was it even really worth it? In as much as there is no regret, because you're supposed to take life every step as it comes, but at the same time you need to be conscious, because you need to plan your life. That is the truth. Anyhow we want to say it, planning is very important. Now, in your 20s, there are habits, there are money habits that you need to invite, that habits that you need to tell yourself that you must have to sail through. As a matter of fact, you don't just want to be living life, coupled with the fact that you don't get to have party days every day of your life. Some days are for serious issues, some days are for partying, some days are for something else. So even if we want to all say you're going to party your whole 20s, it doesn't really work that way. That's the truth. When I say money moves, it's not like I'm here to tell you you have to do this, you have to sell a car, you have to sell bread. No, money moves in terms of planning, decisions you should be making in your 20s that are going to help you. You're going to look back 10 years later and be like, I'm so glad I did this stuff. And that is what life should look like. I am of the opinion that while you're having fun, while you're doing those crazy things in your head that you feel like you have time to do, you should equally plan for the future. It is very important. Now, some people will say life is too short, blah blah blah. As life is short, please still plan for the short one you have. That is it. Because nobody is ever assured of a longer life. So everybody is building on the terms that life is short. So while you're doing all of those things, still plan for that very short life. If you're lucky and the universe blesses you with more years, then you can explore more. So the first thing I'm going to be telling you guys today is making decisions to invest in your mind and your soul. Now, this is one key point in this video that you're going to be grateful for, because I think as a youth in your 20s, most people don't really have time to meditate and actually process things through, because they are young and they can do whatever it is they want, and they feel like they have a lot of time to correct whatever mistakes they make. I'm of the school of thought that you should keep learning. Like, whatever it is is going to help advance you as an individual, do it. You might not necessarily need that skill or that knowledge, but just paying attention to learning it gives you a step up from where you were to where you want to be. Now, a lot of people just jump into things. Now, I'm not even going to talk about the fact that peer pressure make a lot of people do things without even considering, without even, you know, processing it through. They just dive into it. Now, if you want to look back at your life and be grateful that you live the life that you loved, you're happy with, of course you should do things that makes you happy, but at the same time, jumping with the crowd ain't gonna do you no good. That is the truth. Jumping in with the crowd, doing what other people are doing, you know, just doing this stuff because people around you wanted to do it, is not going to do any good to you, because you're just going to be riding on other people's journey. Now, as a youth, please, it is important. I actually took out time to figure this out for myself too. Most times when you get, you know, decisions, even as tiny as, or maybe as little or less important as those decisions could be, you still need time to process them through. Have time to think, to meditate, to evaluate things properly, to be sure you want to do those things. It's going to help you, not only your decisions, but your lifestyle as a human being that is still young and ready to groove. So guys, that is the first key point I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, the second key point I'm going to be sharing with you is work. Now, I know this part of it looks like, or maybe feels like, it's just one of those other videos on the internet, but the truth about it is that you might not necessarily be working to get paid, but you might be working to get better, to advance yourself. Now, as a youth, as someone, as a lady, or as a girl or a boy in your 20s, you always want to work. Now, like I said earlier, it's not like you're working for money, but working to, you know, make your lifestyle better, working to make your career, working to do that thing that is going to get you to that next stage is very, very important. Very, very important. You need to try to figure out what it is that you want to be doing with your life. Like, you can't be partying every day now. It's not possible. You can't be grooving and doing all of the outings every day. Sometimes you still need to sit down and, you know, try to develop your craft. Now, you might have something that you actually love, maybe a talent or something that you want to learn. Now, those few minutes in your life where you get to decide, you get to meditate, at the times when you get to think about how to develop yourself, how to pursue something that is going to make you better, how to, you know, try to upgrade on the version of you that you have already. So this is another key point to making money moves. Now, when you're always ready to learn new things, you're always ready to, you know, stretch yourself. As a matter of fact, life is about stretching yourself, moving out of your comfort zone and trying to do new things. They might not really end well, they might end well, but the possibility of you getting that lesson after whatever result you get is always 100%. Now, the next thing I'm going to be sharing with you guys is savings. I already made a video about savings, and I don't think there's any better way to say it than just saying save. Save, 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 save. And saving means keeping your expenses low. If you're always spending, you can't save. Now, in your 20s, you feel like there's always going to be money is always going to come. I know this doesn't work for everybody, but me particularly, let me tell you guys, when I was in school, like most times I just sit and I'm like, oh God, the kind of money I wasted when I was in my university days, if I put them together right now, I'll be like building a house. It might sound funny, it may sound so unrealistic, or not, you know, it might sound like an exaggeration, but when I sit down most times to figure out things I bought with my money when I was in school, when I felt like the money was coming in, because, you know, then you are like at the prime of the whole grooving and all of that. So when I think about everything I spent when I was in school, I just want to go back and pack my money, and that is one thing we cannot do, going back to do something that we've already done. So please, if you are in your 20s, I'm going to advise that you think of a pattern to save. I know that the money might not be coming in currently because of how things are currently in the country and how the whole system is working out. But when you have a strategy, when you actually plan to save, you find yourself squeezing out little to keep. I'm not saying you should save money for when you are 70 or save money for when you are 100. I'm trying to tell you that you should save money for something that you could actually invest in, that could bring out more money. That is the essence of saving. I'm not saying you should save for when you are 200. Please don't get that wrong. Now guys, the fourth key point I'm going to be sharing with you in this video is budgeting. Always budget. Whatever it is you do, you always budget. It's going to help you, man, because all of those times when you just get a call, just come out, just do this one, and you go out without telling yourself, see this 50k, I want to use it to get this new equipment, I want to use it to get this. You find yourself spending the money, and then when you're done with the whole grooving and everything, you realize that the money would have been even useful for something more important. So when you don't have budgets, you spend your money. We're in school back then. It's not all about scale of preference. You budget according to how important things are to you. It'll help you in your savings and your spending. Budget your monthly expenses. It is going to help. Most times when I already make a budget for myself and I find myself in a situation where I want to get something that I didn't plan for, and I think about how important the things I've lined up, I just tell myself, it's not what it shall, let me just leave this stuff. At the end of the day, I'm always grateful I made that difficult decision. But budget your monthly expenses. Budget whatever it is you're doing. Budget. Yes, that is it. The last thing I'm going to be sharing with you guys is pursuing your passion. As you're young, you have something that attracts you, something that you low-key like. I've seen people who are working in the bank still going to record music. It might not be selling, but they're doing something that they love, and one day, one time, it is going to pay off. So if you are young, look for something that that drives your inner spirit to want to do more. That is what you have passion for. Now, for those of you that do not know what you have passion for, that thing that you love, you have a burning desire for it, you want to do it. Maybe you're not having time for it, but any day, anytime, if you are to choose, you would go for it. That is what you have passion for. Now, whether it is art, whatever it is, just try to pursue your passion. This is where I draw the curtain for today's video. I just want you to know that as young as you are, you can lay the foundation that is going to help you in your tomorrow. You're going to look back, in years to come, and you'll be so glad and grateful that you took this very bold step to say no to those pressures in your ears and doing the right thing. Now, there is never a regret to actually building. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about these money moves, these smart money moves to make in your 20s. Do well to subscribe to this channel, please. And see you guys in my next video.